a sunbaked rind. Before you know it, he's gone. He's so streamlined. Murphy, he's a magical teleporting dog. It's Murphy, he's a cute and curly golden demigod. Traveling the universe through space and time. How do you do it? You're key to this crime. Are you here? Are you there? Are you anywhere or everywhere? Murphy, he's a magical teleporting dog. It's Murphy, he's a cute and curly golden demigod. You're such a good dog. You're such a good dog. Crimes after dark, close the night out right. Panel at the table in that half-dead light. Miss Robin in the middle, calling every shot, directing and producing till the story runs hot. 1-1 from the city, badge heavy on his chest, towing that law like a wicked chain, spitting facts, no rest. Crimes after dark, we close the night out right. Tear through the lies till the wrong sounds like a fight. All of the answers buried so deep out of sight. We watch the threads unravel. We watch the threads ignite. JJ in the corner, state of the deep in his head. Which lies to toss and which ones to keep instead. Dago from the cafe says forget about it. Leans back, spins his thoughts like a blade cutting holes in the track. Lee at the front, head advocate, steady stare. Every word like a warning, every silence a dare. All of them leaning in, clock crawling, eyes bright. Every secret feels louder than the buzzing of the night. Crimes after dark, we close the night out right. Tear through the lies till the wrong sounds like a fight. All of the answers buried so deep out of sight. We watch the threads unravel. We watch the threads ignite. You can bury it in paper, you can lock it in a file, but the truth bleeds through, drip by drip, tile by tile. We're dragging it to daylight, name by name, line by line. If you wrote it in the shadows, we'll read it out this time. Yeah. Crimes after dark, we close the night out right. Tear through the lies till the wrong sounds like a fight. All of the answers buried so deep out of sight. We watch the threads unravel.
All right, everybody, welcome to another Crimes After Dark show on what the hell night is it? Is it Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? Hey, can I get a wave backstage? Let me know that you guys can hear me. Okay, fantastic. Look at all arms are up. We have a shorter panel tonight. We're missing JJ from State of the Deep. That's kind of normal on Tuesdays now lately. And I feel like we're missing, who else are we missing? We're missing somebody else as well. But we got Logan from Bronx Tales back in the backstage. We've got 1-1, our regular. We got Dago from True Crime Cafe. Somebody else is missing. Who the fuck else is missing? Robin's here. I don't know. Somebody's missing. Whatever the case may be, we're going to get started very, very shortly. My panel backstage is losing it. They're like, you fucking loser. All right, let's bring in the order that they are backstage, let's bring up Logan. Logan, how you doing tonight? Oh, you're muted. Okay, you're unmuted.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm fantastic.
How is your day? How is your day?
My day probably is better than it should be. That's all I can say about that.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Why would that be?
I went I went for a hike this morning. There's that. Yeah.
That must be it. Yeah. Hikes are so fun.
It's got to be. Yeah. Anyways, I hear that you've got some good topics for us tonight. Some Guthrie stuff, some WSU stuff. Well, not WSU, some Brian Koberger stuff, which kind of different. Anyways, we'll talk about that when we get to it. How about that?
Yeah, we've got lots of little things we can touch on and have some good combo over.
I'm counting on you. You may need to carry the show tonight. I'm not sure.
I'm here. Don't fret.
Right. Okay. Anything else going? Did you do a live today?
Oh yeah.
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 Well, you're a diehard. Did you do anything special? Was it a great show, or didn't you know?
I like to, when I do my lives, I like to take a bunch of information from different subjects in the case and just try and share as much information in one episode as I can. I don't pick one topic and just stick to that the whole episode. I just touch on a lot of different stuff. So that's what we did today, like usual.
Cool. Well, I do the same thing here and we'll be good. Maybe you can introduce us with some new ideas. I don't know. Good to see you on the show. Thank you so much. I'm going to bring in. Yeah, I love it. Let's get Dago on stage, then Robin, and then 1-1 so that 1-1 can do with his monologue. Dago, how are you doing tonight?
Not as good as you, sir.
Whoa. Hello, friend.
Good to see you. I hope you're having a great day.
I was terrified that you didn't show up like 15 minutes early, and I was like, where the hell's Dago? What the hell happened?
I know. I figured. I'm sorry. I was doing a bunch of other stuff and looked at the clock and shit. Oh, shit. I forgot about our time change thing, so...
It's the new time thing. It's throwing you off, right?
That was all. It was no big deal, though. I ran in here and I looked at my wife and I said, oh, shit. She's like, what? And I was like, oh, yeah. So that's the fastest I've ever loaded in my life. I'm telling you right now. I don't know how I did that, but I did it. And bing, bing, boom, boom.
Well, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you making a dedication. How does your wife feel about you being on our show and hanging out here? Is she okay with that?
Yeah.
Does she watch your show all the time? Does she follow everything you do?
Some of it.
Yeah,
she doesn't get too far into it. We talk too much about it enough. And she gets enough of it from me, so I don't think that's more than enough for her. So
yeah, I get that.
But yeah, we talk a lot.
Yeah, it can't be your entire life. You got to have something outside of this.
Exactly. And I rely on her for her psychology background and stuff sometimes. So I think I pick her too much sometimes. And I'm like, it's enough. She wants to talk about other things, I'm sure. Plus, she goes to work and people that like her patients watch me and they watch true crime. So like they're always talking to her about this stuff too. And she's like, Jesus Christ, I can't get away from this stuff. I go to work, it's there. And the people she works with, my sister works with her there and other people she works with, they all watch true crime and they like it and they watch me. So she's hearing about it constantly. They talk about it. She loves it too. Don't get me wrong. That's how we all got into it together. But this is what we watch going to sleep and waking up to and all day. This is my life. So.
Well, hey, you're doing well at it. So that's all good. And so I appreciate that you make time out of this, out of your crazy day to be part of our show and hang out with us. And you guys both, Logan and you are both bring a lot to this panel. So I really appreciate both of you bringing your audiences here and hope that your audiences can appreciate what we've got going on. I think we all mesh well together. So anyways, let's bring on Robin. She's had a day today. We'll bring Robin on here. Robin, how you doing today?
Hello, one and all. I'm doing well.
Hello, Mom.
Hello.
How are
Cheerio.
you?
Cheerio.
How are you tonight?
I'm doing well, love. How are you?
Good to see you. It's good to see you. I'm glad to have you here tonight.
Just locum.
So most of us, we're all invested in SE surgery. Tell us about how that went
Yes.
and all the good stuff.
Yes, please.
She did fantastic. If I were her, I would be out. But no,
Yeah.
she responds well to anesthesia. She responds well to pain meds. They don't seem to phase
What the
her
hell is
very
she
much
doing
other than
moderating
just
right now?
helping her pain.
Is she
She's
No.
a
modding right
warrior.
now?
She's
She's
there,
a
but
warrior.
she's not feeling well enough to really mod necessarily tonight.
Yeah.
So, but no, she did really well. They put a plate in her wrist. She broke both the radius and ulna bones.
That
So
is
they
why
had
they
to.
couldn't get it set. That is exactly why
Yep.
they couldn't get it set.
Yep.
That
So
hurt. That
she
hurts.
and she has a big old pin in there. The pin will come out later on. That's just to stabilize shit while she's healing, So she goes back in 2 weeks to hopefully get her stitches out and for, of course, the first checkup and all that stuff. So, but God love her. I'll tell you what, she's made of sterner stuff than me because I'd have been out by now.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
no, she's doing very well. So, thank you to one and all for all the well wishes and prayers and positive vibes and all that. We really, really appreciate it. So, thank you very
Yes,
much.
we love
Every
you.
time I,
Yep.
yeah, and yeah, you certainly have the right to take the night off. Every time I hear about somebody with a plate inside of them, I think to myself of Randy Quaid from Vacation. I got
Every
a
time
plate in my head. Every time
Yes.
someone turns on the microwave, I piss myself.
Do you see
You
it?
gotta-
Every time my wife turns on the microwave, I piss myself and forget who I am for 30 minutes.
Yep.
This is a fact, folks. It's a fucking fact.
Do you have a plate in your head?
I have 4 plates in my head.
Oh my gosh. I should have a plate in my head.
I have here,
Yeah.
here.
That's something to aspire to, huh?
I thought that was like a cowlick, but you got a wicked scar on your head there. Tell me. I don't even know the story about this.
All right, listen, brother. I love you to death, but it's time for you to get some glasses. That looks like a cowlick.
I mean, I was like, well, his hair part's in a weird place. Tell me.
That's okay. If that's a part, bro,
Good.
come on now.
I mean, come on.
It's a scar, brother. It's a scar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the story you can tell, or you want to save that for another day?
Of course, I can tell it. If you want to hear it, I don't care.
Feel free. I mean, one can wait. His family's only waiting to go to bed. But go ahead.
Forget about him. Don't worry about him. He'll be all right. I mean, if you want to wait till he comes up, I can tell it after. It's up to you.
Well, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that because I'd
Yeah.
love to hear the story, but maybe we should get his son off the bed and his family
let's bring him up
tidied
first.
Yeah, all right. Good to see you, by the way.
Calvin.
One, what's going on over there?
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
How are you? It's
Hello.
me, God.
Hello.
I love all of you.
That's
Good
great.
evening, Calvin. Hello,
Nobody
Calvin.
should have. Nobody should have given him a soundboard. Nobody should have given him a soundboard. He's like a 5-year-old with a new toy.
This is all day
Every
goes
time.
slow.
What's going on, sir?
Too many toys.
Bear voted for me. I'm telling you.
He kind of sounded like Twiz
Yeah, you did. That was weird.
on that last one.
Is there a twist?
No,
button on
I'm
your
not.
soundboard?
I'm more so like Sleepy Joe.
Oh yeah.
Sleepy.
All right, tell us about your day and give us a monologue. Kick us off in the right way.
Well, my day. Well,
Whoa.
my neck is screwed.
You got your butt kicked by a 6-year-old.
You got a plate? in your head?
Yeah.
No, I was just fighting with a 6-year-old.
Oh,
Yeah.
and he
Yep.
won. Okay.
Nothing
Yeah.
emasculates a man by having his butt kicked by a child.
This is hilarious to me. This means that an NYPD police officer for 20 plus years and a 6-year-old whoops his ass. You got to love that one.
Yeah. So you're not safe on the
Uh,
streets if one's out there because he gets his ass kicked by a toddler. No,
Yes.
he's not a toddler. I guess 6 is not toddler.
He's a tough kid. Got to love it. You're raising him right.
All right.
bro.
Tell us the story. What did you took him to jujitsu class and he gave you some run?
Well, he's been going to jujitsu for about a year. So
Yeah.
he likes to fight and practice. So
And they're
I let him
done.
practice. And he,
Now it makes sense. I went through that with my son too.
yeah.
You know, I have to say I would be a terrible father because I'm not the guy that would let my child win. Like, and I'm serious. This almost got me not married because I played chess with my girlfriend that I was dating as now my wife, and we played one game of chess in our entire life, and I beat her in like 3 moves because she made a mistake and I couldn't help it. I was like, okay, checkmate, it's over. And she's like, fuck you, you're an asshole. And like to this day she's like, I'll never play chess with you again. I'm like, you literally made the only mistake you could make where you got checkmated. I was just teaching you a lesson. Fuck you couldn't let me win. I'm like, I don't let people win. No,
You're supposed to let her win, dude.
I don't let people win. You got to earn that shit. Like, I'm not doing you a service. I'm not doing you a service to let you win.
It's a woman and your wife. You should have let her win, and you probably would have. Forget it.
This is why I'm not a parent, because I wouldn't let my kid kick my ass either. All right, tell us about your kid kicking your ass and all that stuff.
Well, he's learned he hits harder and harder every week. So
yeah. Well, I'm glad that he's learning to defend himself. That'll be a good skill in the future, especially if he can learn to temper that and be like, I'm not going to get into an argument with you because I can disable you in 16 different ways. Well, that'd be good.
Well, the other day was like 2 days ago, so I was fighting with him, and he like headbutted me in the nose. I almost thought he was going to break my nose. And I was like, and he got all like scared and worried because he like startled me. I'm like, I'm fine. It's okay.
All right, give us a monologue and kick this sucker off.
All right. Are you guys ready?
I need glasses.
But you did say it's Tuesday. As far as I know, like this is Groundhog Day. It's not Tuesday.
Don't listen to me. I am totally unreliable right now.
You're still in yesterday, Lee.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Oh, is it good to be alive in the den on a Wednesday night?
Oh God, thank God Robin put you a full screen. I wasn't going to do it.
Oh wait,
Jackson, Juliana, my beautiful wife. Love you guys. Are you guys ready for today's monologue? Here we go.
Fire it off.
I am rigid with anticipation.
Welcome back to Devil's Advocates, the only show where the theories are questionable, the timelines are suspicious, and the group chat should absolutely be subpoenaed. This is the place where facts get tested, logic gets stretched, and somebody, usually one is already clipping something out of context. Now let's meet the chaos. Lee, the boss, the leader, the man trying to keep this entire operation on the rails, while we actively attempt to derail it every 7 minutes. Robin, queen on the scene, bringing receipts, energy, and just enough side eye to make everyone nervous about what she's about to say next.
Yep.
1-1, King of the Clips. If you said it, he saved it. And if it was embarrassing, oh, don't worry, it's already queued up. JJ, State of the Deep, diving so far into the details, we're honestly not sure he's coming back up. If there's a layer beneath the layer, JJ's already there. Logan, cool, calm, collected.
What?
Right up until she drops a take
like,
that sends the entire panel into chaos.
Bingo.
Ego, True Crime Cafe, serving hot takes stronger than espresso shots, and somehow making crime talk feel like a late night conversation you shouldn't be having, but are.
You shouldn't be having.
And together, we are the only group that can turn a simple timeline into a 45-minute debate, a conspiracy board, and at least one wait, go back moment per segment. Tonight, we're breaking it all down. The evidence, the theories, the contradictions, and probably each other. Because here's the truth. We will question everything. We might disagree on everything, and we definitely will not stay on topic the entire time. So buckle up, grab your snacks, and prepare for a mix of real investigation and absolute nonsense. Because tonight, somebody's theory is getting exposed, somebody's clip is getting played, and somebody is about to say something they immediately regret. This is Devil's Advocates. Live from New York. It's Wednesday night.
All right.
Yeah.
Why do I feel pornographic now after you said about me, what you said about me?
I know. I was when he said that we're going to be exposed on camera. I'm like, shit. Am I like, what the hell?
I don't know. I feel like I'm like I have, it is. It is.
Oh yeah, you need to tell us. You need to tell us about that wicked cowlick on how you part your hair on that side of your head.
Oh, my part. Yeah, my part.
Yeah, yeah.
You kill me, bro. So
I love you, man.
And I love you as well. Sir. This is what makes it fun. So 26 years ago, December 31st of 2000, I had surgery for something called an AVM, arterial ventricular malformation. Now, in English, what that is everybody's arteries and their veins flow through their body in a straight line, just like the highway does. Everybody's straight. Your blood flows straight through, so there's no kinks or problems. So, I was starting to have these weird problems while working. I'd be sitting there watching TV or something, waiting for a call to drop or something like that, drinking coffee, and just weird shit started happening.
You were drinking coffee? What?
I know, imagine that, right? Actually, it might have been a Mountain Dew back then, but just saying.
I mean, I put the parental advisory on it because as soon as you started talking about the largest vein in your body, I was like, oh, this is going to go badly. So I'm going to put a parental advisory on here.
Well, we know that doesn't pertain. Yeah, but we know that doesn't pertain to me, so it's okay. Anyway, so like one day I was watching TV and I'm drinking coffee and I just flung my coffee cup over my shoulder. I'm like, the fuck was that? I started like having these weird things going on. I was walking through the store, my right leg just gave out. I was talking to people, and I'd be like you've seen people that have had strokes, right? So I started talking, and I started going like this and stuff like that.
Wow.
It was bad. It was very bad, and I'm like, okay, something's wrong. So I go to the emergency room probably 3 million times. I go to my doctor, and they're all like, "Yeah, this is psychosomatic. There's nothing. It's in your head." And I'm like,
really? That's what they told you? It was psychosomatic? Wow.
It was in my head, which it literally was, but so I'm like, no, listen, I'm telling you, I know there's something wrong with me. We all know our own bodies. So
I don't just throw my coffee cup and piss myself for no reason.
I was just having the place that this was on my brain. First off, you're born with these, okay? And they grow as you grow. I had mine at that point for 25 years. And it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And the bigger it got, it started pushing against my brain on places that affect like your motor skills and your sensory projection and all that kind of fun stuff. So it was 26 years ago, four hands. So wow. I go like, I don't know, literally like 35 times to the emergency room, my doctor, so on and so forth. And I'm telling them there's something wrong or something wrong or something wrong. They did everything they could do except an MRI because my insurance was shitty. And they were like, you don't need an MRI. We did a CAT scan. We did one with contrast. We can see this. And I said, listen to me. And, obviously I have a medical break.
You should say, listen. You should say it that way.
Yes.
If you said it that way, you would have paid attention.
And I was telling everybody, I even had family members telling me, it might be psychosomatic, Joey. And I'm like, no, it's not. Shut up. So, again, I kept having these same things and weird other things that were going on, this and that. And I finally went and I hurt my back long time back, which is why I don't work anymore. But that was when I first did it. I was supposed to have an MRI done of my back, but I had to work and I had to reschedule it. This is luck, pure luck. So it just was driving me nuts. It was bothering me. I was getting crazy headaches right here, like somebody was stabbing me with an ice pick. When it got to be too much, we were doing a body removal actually, and I squatted down to pick. That was before these nice new cots came out where you can hit a button and it lifts it up. No, we had to lift them back then, and this was a heavy dude, so I thought I pulled something. I went to bend down, and I had this shooting pain, and these white lightning lights just shot out of my eyes, and I'm like, what the wow, you know what I mean? So that was enough for me. So I went and I contacted. It used to be called Advanced Radiology. and I'm just telling you all the details because it's interesting.
Yeah,
And
the devil's in the details.
yeah, they I said I have an MRI I was supposed to have, but I had to reschedule because I had to work, blah blah blah. I said I need to reschedule it. She's like, okay, no problem. Your name, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. She was like, I don't. She goes, it must have been a while because I don't see anything. She goes, what? Who are you again? This and that. What insurance you have? Of course, they only care about you with your insurance. And what's it for? And I said, it's for my head. She was like, okay, no problem. How about 11 o'clock tomorrow? Can you do that? I said, yep. It was supposed to be for my back. Remember that. So I go in, they do the whole thing, get me all set up. And of course, I begged them to put me in what's called an open MRI machine. They said, yeah, no
Mhm.
problem. They didn't have one. So they shoved me into that tunnel and I was crying like a little girl. I'm very claustrophobic.
Oh,
Um,
okay, yeah.
yeah. So they put the thing over my face and turned on the hammer machine. It sounded like somebody's jackhammering your head. And I did the MRI. They gave me injected some dye into it because I guess that's part of what they were supposed to be doing with the other thing. And thank God it worked for this as well. And I threw up because I guess it makes you throw up sometimes anyway. I got done with it. I went home. That was at 11. I was done by 3, I think, with everything. By 4:30, my doctor's office calls and said, "Hey, this is Doctor Such and Such. Can Doc wanted to know if you could come in tomorrow in the morning before he starts his office hours?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. What for?" "Well, he just wants to talk
Sure,
to you
yeah.
about some of the stuff we've run, some of the tests." And I went, "Uh-huh. I already knew." Um, so I go in, I walk into the room, and up on the where they put the X-rays up and stuff, that light
Mhm.
panel,
The light board.
my brain is up there, and I'm looking at it. I'm told the creature, that's my ex-wife I used to be married to. I said, "I told you there was something wrong. I could look at it and see it." I didn't know what it was, but I could see it. So he comes in and he shakes my hand and he looks nervous, so on and so forth. And I said, "So what is it? I know why I'm here." And he was like, "Well, and first off, I need to tell you I'm sorry." Uh-huh. I'm sure you are. Mind you, I left that doctor after that day. I never went back. But um and he said, "This is what's called an ABM. And what it is all the arteries and the veins in your body, they're supposed to they grow straight so your blood flows evenly and normally. Yours does until it gets to your brain, and then it does this, and it looks like on the X-ray or the MRI, it looks like a ball of spaghetti is what it looks like, literally.
Wow.
And it causes the blood flow to get all weird and goofy and shit, and it doesn't flow normally. So therefore, between not getting the right circulation and the size of it, which
Mhm.
was about that big, roughly.
Okay.
That's kind of what it looks like too.
Is
Funny
that like
enough.
your left testicle right there? Or?
No, my right one.
Okay.
But anyway, it's about that big, and like I said, you have veins and arteries that grow into it, and
Okay.
then they cause this, and then they come out of it. So
Right.
imagine
Right.
trying to run water through that. What happens?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So they go in, they cut it. I went to a doctor locally and I'm like, listen, no offense. I said, I'm good with you. He's a neurosurgeon and all that. I said, but can you recommend me to somebody maybe a little more experienced? I said, this is something I've never heard of. So in turn, maybe you don't do it too often. He was like, well, I've done a couple of them. I said, my point. So he recommended me to a doctor, Pete Rasmussen, up in the Cleveland Clinic, which is the best place to go for that type of surgery, from what I
Yeah.
understand. So I went up, they went in, cut it out, and they snipped it out, took that out, and put everything back together with metal clamps. And then the plate comes in. They had to cut my skull out, obviously, and take that out. So they put that back in and they clamped it all back in with metal plates. So,
Wow.
Wow.
and here I am.
Wow. Wow. That's a hell of an ordeal.
That's
Has it
incredible.
did it change your personality at all, or you just like everything was the same, or what?
Um, I wasn't as much of an asshole. I used to be more of an
Oh,
asshole. I'm not
yeah.
now. Um,
Yeah.
Well, the only things that changed was it gave me very bad short-term memory loss. Very bad. That's why I have a pen and a notebook in front of me every time I do anything. Um, and it gave like first off, I was only supposed to have a 20% chance to get through it because it's very dangerous because of the pressure behind the blood flow. When they cut into something in your brain, it just poof, you could bleed out like that. So they had to go in the night before and they went up through my groin and up through the main artery there, and they took a tiny little piece of glue, and they thank you, Leah, and they put it up there to slow. It kind of blocks the artery just a little bit, so the blood flow isn't as fast. So they did that the night before, and then they went in the next day, and they went in, snipped it out. They wrapped me with the turban. I was in the hospital for 5 days and came home. That was a story too there. That was kind of interesting.
Wow.
Came home and like I said, the rest is history. But yeah, what are you laughing for? What's the matter? What'd I do?
I'm a toddler.
What did I say?
I have no idea.
Because they went up through my groin?
Yeah, and they said they took a tiny piece. I'm like, that's all they could do is take a tiny piece if they went through your groin. But anyways, I'm
You're on
sorry.
point. You're
I'm
on
a
point.
toddler. I'm a toddler.
It's
I'm
all
sorry.
good. It's all good.
Sorry, man. You're telling
Now-
a serious story. I'm trying to stay with it.
Funny story. The funniest shit of this is I was on the same floor as the Prince of Egypt at that time. Came all the way here
Wow.
to have almost the same type of thing done. It was a little different, and there were armed guards on my floor that were standing there with like AK-47s at the doors with their sunglasses on, their black suits, and all this shit.
Wow.
Like my parents, everybody that came to visit me had to literally like go through hell to get on the floor to see me. It was crazy because he was in there too. But that's how renowned the Cleveland Clinic was for like brain surgery and stuff like that. So the day after my surgery, I was in step down critical care, things like that because of what happened. They had to watch me. My blood pressure was going up and down and all that stuff. And they had to watch me you remove something that was in your brain for 25 years and then it's not there. Your body reacts to it. So
Well, yeah.
the next day I decided I was starving to death. And mind you, I was on weird medications. I was goofy. It felt like my brain was jello and all this fun shit. So I was begging them to feed me, and they were like, we have to wait for this and that and everything else. And I'm like, I'm starving. And I remember looking over to my little table, that little thing you have next to you, and there's my wallet and my keys and this and that and everything else, which I wasn't going anywhere driving. The car wasn't there. My ex had that. But anyway, I grabbed my wallet and I stood up and I grabbed my IV pole. My ass is hanging out to the world. There's nothing other than the gown on. And I walked out down the hallway to the elevator. I remembered this much. Went down, and at that point in time, Cleveland Clinic had McDonald's downstairs in the main lobby. Got on the elevator, and down I go. Walked around the corner because it was right there, and walked up and got in line to go to McDonald's. ass hanging out because I was starved to death, but I was goofy in the head. And I'm standing there. There was like probably about 30 people there. There was like 4 lines all waiting, and everybody's just looking at me. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. No big deal. That's the night. Next thing I know, I hear, there he is, and I turn, and here comes 2 security guards and a nurse. She was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I told you I was fucking hungry. I'm hungry. I want to eat. And I had just got ready to order my food when they walked up. She was like, no, come on, we'll get you something to eat. And the guard was one security guard was dying laughing, and I mean laughing his ass off. He's like, I get it, bro. I know you're hungry, but you can't be down here. And he goes behind me and closes my gown up and all that stuff. And I'm like, can I at least get my food? She's like, no. And the woman behind the register looks at me and goes, and I was like, whatever. So I go back upstairs, and then just goofy stupid ass I am. Gotta love it.
I love it. I love it. What a great story. Other than it's your life we're talking about, but I mean it's funny. Shit.
I mean it is what it is. Yeah, you got to make the best out of what you can with it. But I'm grateful that it worked. I'm here. They did tell me that I would lose completely my peripheral vision. Completely.
Oh,
this stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The weird shit is that instead of losing it, I can see back here. Out of my
almost behind your head a little bit.
Literally, I can see this still on my peripheral. And I asked the doctor, I'm like, why can I see shit almost behind me now? You told me I wasn't going to have any. Well, he was like, well, sometimes things happen a little different than what we tell you. And I'm like, okay. So I can almost see out of the side of my head, folks. It's crazy.
That's amazing.
It is. It's the only good thing that came. Well, I mean, I'm alive. That's the good thing. And I guess I found out after the fact. I didn't have to have the surgery. I guess there's people that live with these their whole lives, but there is a probability that you can have an aneurysm and drop dead from it. So I'm
Right.
like, I'm not gonna take that chance. So I had the surgery.
Right.
And now I have this wicked cowlick.
Yeah, I mean, you should part your hair
Yeah.
right there. But
Yeah, I have
that's-
this wicked cowlick, as Lee calls it now, that the hair doesn't grow there, so it is what it is. I had
I
people
always
for
thought
years.
that was
Go
the
ahead.
dumbest word ever. Cowlick is the fucking dumbest word I've ever heard in my life.
It
But
is.
anyways,
It
Mhm.
is.
it is a word. Okay.
I
so,
used to play
yeah.
with people because it bothered me at first when they would ask about it. People used to be like, "Oh my god, what happened to your head, dude?" Yeah. Well, I killed somebody one time with an axe, and she threw it back at me. Used to make up dumb stories, and they were like, "Oh my god!" Eventually, I got over like being so self conscious about it. I don't care, and I just tell
Yuri
people.
Enough. By the way, Yuri Enough became a member. Which channel did she become a member of?
To mine. They were a member
Very
before
cool.
and they just became another
Logan.
member again.
Congratulations.
So we thank
So
ya. Yes.
that's
So
that's what
glad.
happened.
Look, she
Right.
even had like a dog as the logo on her picture,
Mhm.
like a Bronx dog.
Yep.
It
So
seemed
cool.
like very cool. You got some loyal fans. Thank you, Dago, for sharing that story. Very personal story. I love the story of you sitting there ass hanging out at the McDonald's line in the hospital. That's hilarious shit. Sorry that happened, but it's still funny shit. Logan, I wanted to have you talk to us a little bit about, I saw today, and you knew more about it than I did, something about a couple of families and EWU. And for me, living in Washington State, EWU means Eastern Washington University. But you said, no, that's not what it is. So tell me about this lawsuit and the families that are suing Moscow Police Department that is EWU. Explain that to us.
So EWU, also known as EWU, is a YouTube channel, and their EWU stands for Explore with Us. And they have, bajillions of subscribers, and they have the money to, start a lawsuit. So they filed a lawsuit last month against Moscow Police Department because they were FOIAing stuff from Idaho for crime, and they got sick of the responses that they were getting from Moscow, just like the rest of us have gotten. Basically, the privacy crap and the ignoring and everything else. And they said, screw that. That's against the law. I'm suing. Well, also named along with them are the Chapins, specifically Maisie and Kieran, or the Laramies, I believe.
How interesting, Maisie. Just real quick before you finish this, I want to say, Logan, I'm in the same exact spot. I'm so fucking tired of Moscow Police Department stonewalling people and giving them bullshit answers or ignoring. Like, they've ignored shit of mine for 2 months, and I'm tired of it. I've finally submitted a more nasty letter that said, I'm going to sue you if you don't fucking follow Idaho state law. You can't just fucking ignore me for 2 months. Pardon my French, but I'm mad about it too. So anyways, as an aside, I'm with everybody who's been submitting public records requests and getting stonewalled. I'm getting fucking tired of it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous. Anyways, go on.
I'm surprised that we got possible return, just waiting on the pricing for it. But so, yeah, I wonder if we can all do like a class action thing, because there's a lot of us that would join that, and because we're all tired of it.
Yeah.
Look,
definitely.
I think it's a good
if we
idea.
can find a way to class action lawsuit, I would love nothing more for all of us channels who believe. Look, it's not even a matter of believing Brian Koberger is innocent. It's a matter of wanting to stop being stonewalled on. There's no reason to gag order this shit. If it happened the way you said it was just a simple incel who can't get laid, then there's no fucking reason for the secrecy in this whole thing. So open up your goddamn records or we'll sue you. And that's the way I feel like we should all get on board and say, that's what it is. Open up the records or we'll sue you. That's just it. But anyways.
Yeah, I'm not understanding why Maisie and
Right. Why
the
Maisie?
Laramies are part of it. I'm not understanding that part.
That's
That's
the
super
weird part to
weird.
me too. I can't find anything that makes that make sense, Logan. I mean,
Yeah.
is there like anything?
Unless there's certain info that's just being kept hidden that they want, that they can't get either, I guess.
Is there something Maisie maybe would want to know that they won't tell them
Well,
about what
maybe.
happened?
I mean, I saw that Lana covered. She got a response back about, which I'm not surprised, Of course, I guess she sent a FOIA trying to get the health whatever info from all the phone, and they said no, it's privacy. You can't have that.
No, they tried to call the HIPAA Act on that, and that's not a fucking HIPAA violation. Not any means, by no means at all.
I want to get Logan back on track in a minute here, but I want to say this as an aside. I just got a letter back from the Department of Justice. I had filed a Department of Justice request saying that I believe Brian Koberger's constitutional rights were violated, and this is a Department of Justice issue because I don't believe his 14th Amendment, the right to due process, was actually followed. And I got a response back from them today. That said, hey, thank you for your request. We don't have time to respond to every request, but we will let you know if we decide to follow up on it. So just as an aside, that's in the works as well. But
let me ask
Logan,
a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. Do you guys think, especially Logan, since we were just talking about this, do you think this could be because they pushed to have all the photographs kept out of the world's eyes because of that kind of stuff? Do you think this might have something to do with that?
You mean the new lawsuit Logan's talking about, the EW one?
This one now, do you think they may be trying to use that as like you said, no, don't show the world these pictures, and now do you think that might be it?
Well, that's what I need Logan to explain to me, because I don't understand what they're asking for. It seems like EWU and some of the families are complaining about the lack of transparency. So do you know more about that, Logan, about what their complaint is?
I saw in there that EWU specifically said, we asked for XYZ, whatever it was, and the response you gave us was either a privacy reason, which they said what we were asking for didn't have anything to do with, we get it in every other case. Why not this one? They specifically asked for a body-worn camera of something, and I believe a couple of documents of some sort, and the response they got from Moscow was something about redactions or being redacted, and EWU said, you don't have to redact this. This isn't redacted in other cases that we asked for. Basically saying we do this for a living and we've never seen this anywhere else. And it was, look, this is what we asked for, and then this was your response, and that's illegal. That's against the law. But it was several different
right.
And I can't remember exactly what they asked.
So Logan, the problem I'm having, Logan, is this. If the families believe Brian Koberger did it, why would the families give a fuck to see any body-worn camera? It's done. He's already pled guilty. Why do the families care why would the families or Maisie or anybody be upset with we're asking why? Okay, the two things I'm asking you is explain to me, if you can, why the families want to see more information. It's done. Brian Koberger has been convicted. He pled guilty. Or
is it?
Why do the families give a shit about any of this stuff? Why are they complaining about not getting discovery?
I'm not exactly sure.
Me neither.
I'm trying to see if I can pull up the document again, but
somebody asked me today if I thought the families were divided, and I said I don't know, but maybe I think this is what people are thinking right now.
I think the families are divided because of this. So look, I found this out too again today, and I don't know if I'm going to baffle everybody with fucking bullshit, but so in 2023, several families filed a notice in Idaho State. You have 180 days to notify a government entity that you intend or that you want to have the right to sue them. Yeah. And so several families came forward and said that they wanted to have the right to sue Moscow Police Department, Idaho State prosecution, Bill Thompson, and others. And so they filed paperwork that said, we want to retain the right to sue you over this incident. Now, if they had not have filed that back in 2023, they would lose all right to be able to sue them. It's one of those weird things in Idaho State. You have 180 days to notify them that you might. You don't have to, but you need to notify them that you might sue them. If you don't, you lose your right to sue them. So several families have come forward saying they might sue Moscow Police Department, the prosecution office, Bill Thompson's office. So why would they be going after suing the entities if they got the job done and they got the killer?
They must not think that happened, obviously. And Logan, real quick, if you don't mind, who were the names on the lawsuit one more time?
It was Maisie Chapin, I believe Karen Laramie. I have to find it. I'm trying to find it.
It's James Chapin, Maisie Chapin, Stacy Chapin,
Hold
and
on.
Karen Laramie. It's 4 of them.
So Stacy, James, or Jim, and Maisie.
Yeah, it's
And then-
Karen Laramie, Stacy Chapin, James Chapin, and Maisie Chapin.
Yes.
So
And
the
the
Chapin
defendant-
family and Maddie's mom. That's weird.
Yeah, and then the defendants are City of Moscow and Moscow Police Department. That
And I think that does show you there's a divide. And I can't, in my foggy brain, because maybe I've had a few too many, I don't know. But in my foggy brain, I can't understand why the Gonzalveses and the Chapins and other families are not on the same page. Like the Gonzalez family seems to be on their own mission to wage war and sue everybody and their dog for everything, claiming that they, could have stopped it. But there's other families, like again, while the Gonzalveses were going on every major news opportunity they could, every channel they could, including YouTube, and getting all out there, other families like the Chapins were silent until the last minute. They just at the very, very end, they went on like an Amazon documentary, but they were silent for years. So
I don't.
Families are on the same page.
I don't think that they're asking for any money in this lawsuit. They want the documents, right? They want the information they're looking for. So why would the Gonsalves be part of it if they're not getting any money?
What was the woman? Who was
Good
the
point.
woman? Remind me of this. Who was the woman? Do you guys anybody remember in the family impact statements that to Brian Koberger when they were doing his sentencing and the family had a chance to say things? One of the family members, a woman in particular, came up and said a very impassionate thing.
Your grandmother.
I don't care why you did it. If you're ever willing to tell me why you did it, I will listen to you and I want to hear. Please just tell us why you did it. Who was that said that?
I think that was
Was that Xana's aunt?
that might have
Was
been.
it his aunt or grandmother?
Maddie, it was Maddie's grandmother. That's who it was.
Yeah,
Maddie's-
I think it was
Maddie's
Maddie.
grandmother.
Yeah.
I think that's
Mogan's
right.
Maddie.
mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was one of the two. Okay.
Yeah, Ben Mogan's mom said that. She's very sweet. Yep, that is who that was. I remember. Well, here's the weird thing though. Why is Hunter? Everybody in the Chapin family's on that, but Hunter. I wonder why.
Yeah. All of these questions are, whenever you see these legal documents and who's not on them and who is on them, you have to ask why those, like, to me, that's part of the mystery of this whole case. Why certain families are interested in pushing for things and certain families aren't. Why certain families are okay with the answer and certain families aren't. Like again, the ultimate question is, are all of them on the same page, the families? And I would say, no, they're not all on the same page.
And I'm
Anyways,
going to say that if you go back a ways, Kara had given an interview before she had gotten clean and all that stuff, okay, to another channel, myself and Jules. And I was a moderator in the chat for it that night, and Jules and this other woman were asking her questions, this and that, everything else. And I popped up on there to ask her just one or two questions and to tell her how we supported her and all that kind of stuff. One thing she said more than once, and it was not just in that interview either, that she was open to the fact that other people were involved in this. Okay. She always was. And
Who
that
said
she
that?
didn't Kara Kernodle. And
Okay.
that she didn't think that it was just one person. She said, I don't know if Brian did it or not, but I don't think he did it by himself. Okay. That's always been on something she said. She said it in her report. And if you remember in her report, she said, this better not have been because of redacted. Okay. So I still wonder what that means. And I do know for a fact that she was not always very comfortable with just saying it was Brian and that's it. We're done. Move on. You know what I mean? So there's definitely a separation there, in my opinion, too. And I'm curious what Ben thinks alone. And I'm curious what, maybe Karen and her husband think. I mean, we've never really heard them come out other than what Kara said and make a statement about what their beliefs are. Truly, it's always been Steve saying, I can speak for everybody, blah, 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 So I'm just curious. I am truly curious.
Do you have more on that?
I think it's strange that so Maisie, let me rewind. EWU was asking for specific pictures and things like that. Maisie came out and specifically said at one point she doesn't want to see certain pictures because she doesn't want to see Ethan's feet, which I
What the
find
fuck is
really
that?
which I
Yeah.
find really strange because we were told his feet were hanging off the bed. We were told that by Moscow Police Department. However, when we look at the pictures with Ethan on the bed, his feet are not hanging off the bed. And in their very own documents, it says Ethan was laying on the bed and his body was completely covered by a blanket.
All right.
So we wouldn't have seen them anyways. But Maisie mentioned the feet and she didn't want to see the pictures because of his feet. Well, Ethan is the only one who doesn't have footprints in the autopsy either. So I find that
What
really,
the fuck
really
is
strange.
that? Like I remember that. That's a good point. Why is his footprints not in the autopsy report? Why is
my
everybody
God.
else in there?
There's other people that have come to me and said, Dago, do you believe that Ethan left in 2 body bags? And I said, I have no clue. I've never heard about that. I don't know why. You saying that makes me rethink, like, and remember the experimental postmortem injuries, experimental injuries. Did something happen? Was something maybe cut off or?
I don't know. It's strange that Maisie would specifically mention his feet and nothing else. And he's the only one with no feet pictures with the or footprints with the autopsies. He's also, and he's also the only one with socks on that are completely white with not one piece of blood on it.
Yeah.
Weird.
So strange.
So how would that happen?
Yeah, it's very strange.
That is very weird. Oh my God.
This case is going to drive me insane. I feel like, and I don't know if I should say this, but I feel like somebody started the attack by essentially hitting Chapin in the head with something like a bat or a golf club or whatever. And that's, and basically fucking took part of his scalp off. I think that's how it started. And I think Xana saw it and screamed horrifically. I think it's what we hear at 2:30 something in the morning. And I think that's the start of the attack. I don't know who hit him or how it started, but the mysteries just continue. And again, all I can say is it wasn't fucking one guy. It wasn't one guy.
No.
Nope.
There's just no
And
way.
see, I went another direction today too. I was listening in my live. I was talking to some people again, thinking about some things said. We've all been in this box for 3.5, almost 4 years now. We've all been in this box together trying to figure out what the hell happened that night, okay? With these same stories again and again and again and again and again, wondering how and why, because nothing lines up. There's things we heard that we can't find proof of, things that were said that we can't find proof of, that don't make sense, some they're not really in documents, blah, blah, blah. There was a statement made that Bethany saw a naked guy run by. Okay? I said today in my show, and this is just pure speculation as always, absolutely alleged, but a thought that I was thinking about. Could it be because Ethan was found completely unclothed, naked? Remember that?
Yeah.
Is it possible that that's who was seen? Maybe Ethan, maybe trying to get away from a situation. We don't know what happened. This is why I said this. We do not know. I don't care what anybody says. None of us here truly, really do not know what happened that night. We don't know who was attacked first, who was attacked second, last, who died first, who didn't die first, who was in the house, who wasn't in the house, when and how. Could that have maybe possibly been Ethan, that something was at some point going on and he was trying to get the hell away?
Could have been.
And ended up being back inside at some point. I mean, I don't know, you guys. It's just I'm trying to get outside the box, okay, that we're stuck in, and think of other possibilities. So
I feel like our tangents have derailed Logan a million times. Logan, do you have a thought as to what?
I thought she was done. I'm sorry.
No, she may be. I'm just asking. Logan, do you have a thought about why you think
sorry,
the EWU lawsuit happened and what they're going after?
From my understanding at this point, they're just going after what they're asking for. So give us the documents without the redactions, stop over redacting. And I feel like they're trying to do it all for us underdogs who can't pay for lawsuits and things like that. I think they're just kind of like saying, hey, this is ridiculous. You've done it to everybody. Stop it. And this is your warning, or we're going to go further with it. So give us what we're asking for, or I don't know, maybe we'll have a huge lawsuit that's worth
Sorry,
some
Logan.
money rather than just what they're doing. No, you're fine.
I thought you were done. I didn't mean to do that.
No,
I
you're
have a,
fine.
I have a feeling, I could be wrong, but I have a feeling right now Moscow Police Department is afraid about the number of public records requests coming in, the threats that are coming in for lawsuits. They realize they're in deep shit. I think that's why Bill Thompson, who was going to retire, has asked to take on another year, because they realized we're in deep shit. Everyone's going to sue the shit out of us. And so I think they're in panic mode right now. And the question is, will they, why? Oh my God, I can't say this enough.
They're hiding.
Why, if it's just a simple incel who decided to randomly kill some people, why is it so much fucking secret? Why is there so much secret? Why is there so much gag? If it's what you said it was, there's no fucking reason to hide this shit. Like, I'm sorry I'm getting so shouty.
Why are they
no
still
reason
doing
to hide
it?
this shit if it was what you said it was. There's no reason to hide it.
Why are they still doing it if Brian's in jail? They got what they wanted. They're still trying to hide shit. Why?
Why? Because the answer is it can't be what they said it was. That's the reason why they're hiding shit. It's not what they said it was. What the hell's going on with one?
Oh, he looks like he's having one of his fits again.
Yep.
Sorry to get shouty, but it baffles my mind that this is supposed to be a simple case. And it's not. Why would you redact the fuck out of everything and tell people we can't tell you who is working on it? We can't tell you anything. We can't show the bodies. We can't show the forensic report. We can't show the autopsy. We can't show. Why? If it was a fucking simple case of a guy that was an incel that killed people, why not just show it all? Just prove it to us.
Guess what they dropped today? They dropped a new document today, ensuring that certain things stay sealed. Today they did that. Mr. Hippler signed it again. The hypocrite that he is. Sorry, but I had to say it. So
makes sense, right?
This is Mr. Transparency.
So why do we have to hide it? Why do we have to hide it?
Thank you. But yeah, he just signed off another document resealing or keeping things sealed that they were trying to think about maybe unsealing. Nope, it's done. What are you hiding? What are you hiding behind, and why?
These people need to go to jail for
every damn one of them.
Yeah, for the complete fuckery that they're giving on the entire world, instead of just being transparent about shit.
The entire process.
The way you said it is just show us all the records. Show us all the records. Show us you did the due diligence and that this is exactly what you said it was. Because it wasn't. That's why you're hiding it.
And here's the thing. They're all working with each other to protect each other, guys. The prosecution team, the judge, they're all fucking doing it together. Okay? They know what's going on. They're working to keep everything hidden together. Why? The man's done. The man's in prison. You got what you wanted. Tell the story. Or can you not do that? Because if you do, you're all going to jail with him. That's what I think it is.
Yep.
Yeah, and what I think what they're all going to hope to do is, and it happens too often in this country, they're all hoping to delay this long enough that everybody can retire with their pensions in plan and their retirement plans, and then go, oh, well, that happened a long time ago. Don't worry about it. You're like, I'm not there anymore. They all want to get out scot-free with their golden umbrellas and shit, and avoid, being held to the fire.
Exactly what
I like this comment. What the heck is this case? That's right. What is it?
It's a joke.
What is it? Yeah.
This is not a criminal case anymore, guys. This is some kind of weird ass crazy psyops shit or something. I don't even know what to call it.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Tomboy Charm says, are you all aware that Tisdale's wife was a 911 dispatcher in 2022 and was runner-up for dispatcher of the year?
Everybody got awards.
Keep getting these awards.
They're all sitting around giving each other hand jobs for fucking what a great job they did. Fucking putting somebody in shit.
It's ridiculous.
How about Rosenthal?
Rosenthal. Moscow.
Yeah. Rosenthal got like Rookie of the Year and then Cop of the Year right after. Yep.
And then he disappeared.
Yeah.
and left. And how many? There was
Whew.
like 6 or 7 people that got awards for shit for this. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it was the same way over in Pullman after the whole Copaka thing. There was, I was reading through the documents. There was an award ceremony planned, and everybody was getting promoted and all this other shit. I'm like, that is sick as hell. You're getting promoted from killing this vet
Yeah.
when you didn't do dick for him.
Oh my god, we're still sitting on hours of shit that I
Yeah.
haven't reviewed yet from public records
my
requests that
God.
we received on the Copaka thing. It just feels like most people want to let the Copaka thing go, but I'm not done yet. I feel like Copaka is a key to this thing. I can't prove it, and so people are getting tired of me like not being able to prove it. But I'm still like, my gut tells me Copaka is a key to this whole fucking thing.
Do you know
somehow.
how many?
I'm not
how
saying
many-
Copaka did, but he's a key somehow.
Do you know how many interviews? Like we've seen all these interviews released. They just did one with that Braden Jensen guy and this and that. Do you know how many of those we still probably haven't seen yet that are still out there? There's still the whole Connor, the channel Connor is working on the Sigma Chi
Yeah.
interviews. There's a bunch of other interviews. I was told that there were other interviews with Bethany and possibly Dylan. Dylan already has 6 of them out. And some other people that we're friends with. There's so many other things that we haven't seen yet, and it's just
I was denied an interview with Dylan and FBI, and the reason, and I
Yeah.
know it exists, I know who did it, I know it's there. FBI told me no because of privacy reasons. You can't have it.
I know they hide behind this
gonna-
fucking
yeah.
privacy thing all the time.
They're not going to give you
Privacy
anything.
issues, we can't-
FBI is
Logan.
not going to give you anything.
right. They won't. But that's dumb, Logan, and you know this because what's the difference between the FBI interview and the Vicky Gooch interview? They're just different people with different agencies. That's the only difference.
Yep.
It's dumb. It's dumb. More
It's
excuses,
really
folks.
frustrating.
It is. It is. I was denied 4 times. I even got ignored. I sent a letter off to the Department of Justice about this shit. Not one response. Nothing. Not even a.
Well, at least
you,
I got
we
a
received
response
it."
from the Department of Justice, so that's something.
I got
but
nothing.
still,
It was ignored.
yeah.
Oh, and just so you guys know, just so you're aware, I am waiting on the price still for the FOIA that I did for everything regarding large knives. And then I FOIA'd last week, and now I'm glad I did it with this new interview that just came out. Last week I FOIA'd anything regarding stalking, knocking on windows, following, anything with the word stalking or like stalking, for 1 year from May 2022 to May 2023. And then I've also
call.
FOIA'd Eric Gower's camera footage from the outside of his house, his Ring camera. I'm glad I did
Yo.
it now that we have this. I probably won't get that one, but we will get the stalking stuff and we will get the knife stuff. So
Oh,
Real
and
quick-
the stalker at the quote unquote. Out of the I'm sorry, Bronx. I'm sorry. The stalker. Now, there's something else that I'm curious about. Supposedly, there's a stalker that was possibly at the White Apartments.
Yeah. I was just
That's why I'm glad I
reading
did
that.
it.
Exactly. That's 100%. That's why I just brought that up. So, and that was in September, folks, before the murders happened, and there were multiple girls that called in about this. So, where's the reports and stuff like that? So good.
And
I'm
there
glad
was
you
blood
did do that.
found over there.
Real quick, I want to address Essie's comment that was on screen. First of all, Essie, God damn it, go to sleep and get some rest after your surgery.
Right.
First of all. But second of all, no, I'm not giving up on the Copaka angle. My gut tells me Copaka is a major key to this. And even if I have to do it quietly, I'm going to fucking keep on this shit. And look, for the Copaka's family, I want to put it to rest. I want to say he had nothing. And I don't know that he did have anything to do with it, but I feel law enforcement believed Copaka had something to do with it. And I think law enforcement was all over Copaka. And I think Copaka was tired of their fucking shit, accusing him of being involved in it. And that led to his death. So even if Copaka wasn't involved, that they were pressuring him because they thought he was involved is a big fucking deal. So I'm still on the Copaka thing. And
I think if anything, Lee, at the very least, they were maybe looking at him to use him as a patsy for this. And he figured it out.
Yes.
And said,
yeah,
no,
he was
you're not
like,
gonna
fuck
use
you
me.
guys. You're not going to
And
use me.
They shut it down. Right. That could explain where Brian came from. If Brent was the initial, we're going to go.
And maybe,
guy.
And maybe he was involved. I don't know. I honestly want to be able to put it to bed. Like either he was or he wasn't. I want to put it to bed.
Right.
But,
or in the
yeah.
circle that he was involved in.
No,
He may have been he
Or
may
he knew
have he
people.
may have been asked to be part of it, knowing his background, and maybe he turned it down and didn't want any part. He wanted
That's a good
nothing to
point.
do with it.
Yeah, they could have approached him and said, "Dude, we need you for this, this, and that." And he said, "No, fuck you, I'm not doing that." And then they knew about it. He knew about it, and there's a problem there. And I'm gonna tell you
Right.
guys too. Somebody came in my chat today. I just want to say this while we're here, and said, "Idaho 4 stuff again. You're beating a dead horse. You need to move on to something different. Listen to me, please." And I'm speaking for myself, but I'm pretty sure I speak for everybody else too, especially the people that follow this. I said 6 months ago when Brian was sentenced to prison for this, that, and everything else, I am not stopping covering this case as long as I have air and wind in my body to talk about it, because we have not gotten any truth. We do not know. There's too many lies and too many red flags, and they will not explain that. Until they do that, I'm going to talk about this case anytime there's something that comes up and when I have requests to do it until I get some answers. That's why I'm still covering it. I'm not an Idaho Sports channel, and I can't stop until I get those answers. So
I agree. And if there's any case
and then it looks like, you see this constant sealing of resealing of shit of a case that's supposed to be over. What are they hiding? Why are you hiding? What are you hiding behind?
Exactly. And Crud Dog real quick said, I think Copaka is involved. I still think I'm not alone, but I'm one of the rare people that think Copaka is a part of this. I think Copaka is a major part of this.
Lee, and I wish. Go ahead.
Why was his name in Judge's mouth? I mean, if Copaka has nothing to do with this, even some kind of part, why did Judge know his name so much that he accidentally almost, said it, or pretty much said it?
I thought it was pretty amazing that Copaka's roommate friend there said that he was into stargazing.
Yeah.
Wait, now does that mean he's friends with BK? No, but it's just interesting.
It's very interesting. Yeah, that they could potentially have shared that kind of like hobby or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just odd that if he has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Real quick, I had to run to the little boys.
This is a good quote. But yeah, we had this info. This is true. Chief Fries was talking with him.
Right. And to go to your question about the whole like stargazing thing and Copaka and Koberger, again, at some point you have to ask yourself is how many coincidences are there? Those guys, Copaka and Koberger, lived across the street from each other. Copaka listed himself as being at the Pimlico Apartments, which is right across the street from the Steptoe Apartments where Koberger was. Those guys lived across the street from each other. They're both into stargazing. You can't tell me that at some point the number of coincidences that stack up for you to say that, oh, it was just a coincidence that they didn't know each other. I feel like it would have been easy for those two guys to have bumped into each other, living in the same block, being invited to the same block pool party, to be in the same, they would have been in the same circle of people. And even if you don't follow my logic, which is that I think they might have known each other from Pennsylvania back in the day, but I can't prove it. So I tried to talk about it as less as I can, but I still think they knew each other from Pennsylvania. But even if they didn't know each other from Pennsylvania, they lived so close to each other, they would have been invited to the same parties. They would have been in the same circles. And if they were both into stargazing, chances are they could have known each other. And that's a lot of coincidence to just dismiss and say, oh, there's no connection between the two of them.
Yeah.
Dead air.
What is this?
I was just say, don't go silent on me now.
No, it's not. What is this?
Go ahead, one.
There's a one video that shows Copaka pounding.
Huh?
I never heard of this.
On the door? Where's the video? Oh, I'd love to
There
see
is.
that.
It shows Copaka pounding on.
I've never seen that ever.
Yeah.
I
There's a
will-
111. Wait, hold on. There's a 1112 video that shows Copaka pounding on 1112, screaming at his former girlfriend that she cheated on him. I believe the beginning creators had this video. Does anyone have it? No, I don't. But listen, we've all heard the rumors that Brent Copaka was dating a girl at 11122 or 1112 King Road Residence, which is next door, right beside 1122 King Road Residence. And I've never been able to prove it, and so I've never
Right.
gone far in the rabbit hole.
We
I've never been able to-
no, hold on though. We did find the girl that he used to date. Allie's probably on to something there with that. I've never seen or heard the video. I'll say that right out front. But we looked into at one point, my mods and I, and found it's the wrong Zagalo. That's
Yeah, that's
Tomboy
what
just said,
the
the wrong
Zagalo.
one.
I've heard that before too. That people are getting confused about the
Well,
Zagalo
we
that was
found a
Brent's
name.
girlfriend.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say we found a name that was the same last name. We didn't know if it was who it was, if it was a possibility. So there, I'll just
But
say
again,
that.
if somebody says there's a video of Copaka pounding on the door, then we should be able to see that. But where is it?
Yeah, I want to.
Right.
Unless they scrubbed it so that nobody
Crime
can see it.
Circus, huh?
Well, Hemisphere says, Lee, Crime Circus did a very good video on Copaka and BK connections from PA and to Idaho.
Yeah,
He did a good job. Listen, Hemisphere,
So did Lee.
let me say this. I know all about that video. It was the video that made me reach out to Crime Circus and said, holy shit. Because Crime Circus said, here's a picture of the house that Copaka was living in. And there's a good reason to believe that Koberger was living there with him as one of the roommates. And I reached out to Crime Circus, Drip Drop, right? Drip Drop. I reached out to Drip Drop on his channel. I said, look, holy shit, I've been trying to make the connection between BK and Koberger for forever. You showed a house. What is your evidence? Never heard back from him. Now that I'm not saying that he ignored me because he may not have seen the comment, but I am well aware of Drip Drop's video on Crime Circus. I reached out to him because he's one of the few people that actually went as far as to say, here's the picture of the house Copaka lived in.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one other thing. I've had someone reach out to me, and I'll try to be brief on this. I've had somebody reach out to me that said they lived in Pennsylvania next door to Brent Copaka. I've had somebody tell me me and my husband lived next to Copaka. My husband was friends with Copaka. They used to go to strip clubs together with Copaka. And the reason their relationship ended is because Copaka tried to fuck his girlfriend at the time. And so they ended their relationship. So she had details about Copaka living there in Pennsylvania, like I said he was, with other people. And I asked, hey, can you go on the record and put an affidavit together to say, I verify that this is factual and true, that I believe Copaka lived with us next door. And I didn't get them to sign an affidavit, but like I've heard rumors that people have lived next door to Copaka in Pennsylvania.
Let me speak on real fast and I'll shut up. Loretta is the name Allie Girl put out in the chat right there. Loretta's the name we found. And somebody had told me a while back that they thought that Loretta was Copaka's ex-girlfriend's aunt. So I don't know if this is true. I can't verify this, but that could be a link. Maybe I don't know. Don't run with this. Just understand that Allie Girl's right with that Loretta name. That's the name that was listed on what's that website for starts with a Z when you look up housing and stuff like that. Zillow.
Yeah.
So when we looked up previous tenants of that address, that name came up, and somebody said they thought it could be, what the hell was Copaka's girlfriend's name? I can't think of it. Tomboy knows it, I think. Anyway, that Loretta might be her aunt. So there may be a link, guys. I'm not saying there's not. I'm not saying there is, but it's
real quick, for people who haven't heard it for a while, I 100% can prove, if you needed me to, and I've got it in videos you can watch. Brent Copaka's mother owned multiple houses in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
At the time when Brent Copaka just got out of the military. So when you think about it, if your son just gets out of the military and has no place to live, where's the first place he's probably going? Back to mom's place. So, and Brent Copaka's mother, Darcy, who's easy to look up on public record search. Darcy has multiple houses that she lists in Pennsylvania. And when you look up public record search on Darcy, she's got email addresses associated with her that are Brent Copaka, associated with Darcy Copaka. So I'm pretty sure I can almost prove that Copaka was in Pennsylvania within an hour and a half of the location where Brian Koberger and his family lived. And I know that a lot of you think, well, that an hour and a half is a ridiculous amount of time. There's no way there's no way they knew each other. But look, a lot of you told me that I can't prove Copaka was in Pennsylvania. I can damn close prove that his family was in Pennsylvania next to the Kobergers, pretty close. So anyways, I went on a side tangent. Sorry. Rant over.
Okay.
Rant
Okay.
over.
You know who else we found living in Pennsylvania?
Who?
Around the Koberger area?
Who?
And I'm not saying there's a close relation, but a bunch of names spelled Funke.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Wow.
A
That
bunch
could
of
be
them
super interesting.
out and around there. We were looking and digging one time, and I found a bunch. I'm like, what the hell? Now, they don't have to be
Yeah.
related because you guys know Ron Funk that works with the custody queens. His last name is Funk. There's no E on it, but still.
Right.
It's still
right.
weird. It's still just, it's very weird. is all
Son
I'm
of a
saying.
bitch, Ron Funk's in on it too. I'm just kidding.
Right.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we found like 4 residences that have that last name listed as the person that lives there. Around, like, the Kobergers were in the middle, and they
Oh,
were out.
look at that dog. Look at that dog.
There's Bronxy boy. He's so cute.
Here
Bronxy
we
boy. Bronxy Bronx.
go.
He's looking like me.
What are you
I
talking
wonder
to
if
me?
he can
Are
hear
you
me. Can he hear
Are
me,
you
Logan?
talking to me?
Bronxy boy. Bronx.
He's like, I gotta take a wicked piss.
He's like, no, mom's talking to me. Leave me alone, bro. But yeah, it makes you wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like, there were a lot of different names that are they related? We don't know, but it's still something that is interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, Logan, when we talked earlier backstage, there was one other issue other than EWU you were going to point out. What was it?
Jesus. It was
Did he just squeak a squeaky toy?
he's squeaking. What you
Okay.
got?
He's
What's What's that good dog?
I wanted to make sure that everybody that's here does know that we got the return for or an answer to what was it? The state's motion to keep the documents sealed, certain documents sealed with the FBI information in it, and
Yeah.
that was granted. So those will stay sealed.
And that's what I was talking about earlier, wasn't it?
Oh, okay. I went.
Is that the same thing though? I thought it was maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the one that they dropped today, right, Logan?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Sorry, I went potty. I missed it.
No, you're good. You're good. I was making sure I wasn't saying something wrong. But there again, like I said, you guys, this is Mr. Transparency. We're going to be transparent and unseal everything and all this and that and everything.
Yeah,
else.
right.
Boom. Here we are, keeping things sealed.
Yeah, Amanda.
They're just a mess. They're a
Amanda
mess
from our
in
team
that
just
state.
sent us that document. I've got it on screen right now. In fact, it's only
Yeah.
a one pager,
One
but
page.
yeah.
Just one page,
Yeah.
and that's all it says. Once again, Mr. Transparency himself, the hypocrite, Mr. Hippler, like I said before, you know, we're going to be transparent. We're going to show you everything. We're going to unseal it all. Guess what? Makes you
Filed
wonder if he was right.
filed 318 district of what the hell in the district court of judicial state of Idaho County Ada sealing the state's second supplement motion to reconsider unsealing of certain records. Based upon the state's supplemental motion to reconsider unsealing of certain documents, a motion to seal filed hereby February 9th, 2026. Look at that. They pinned it in by hand instead of 2024. The court does hereby confirm and order the state's second supplementary motion to reconsider unsealing of certain records. The attached exhibits are exempt from disclosure and are sealed. Why do we fucking need to seal everything in a case that is just a simple case of a random serial killer in the making decided to randomly kill some people? Why do we need to seal everything and hide it from the public? If it's what you said it was, why do we need to hide everything?
Exactly.
It's closed.
Thank you, Bianca.
People don't
for the
understand that
super chat.
Yeah, sorry, Logan. What do you got? What do you got?
$5 super chat. Thank you, Bianca. We appreciate you, babe.
Thank you very much. Perfect.
Has anybody ever seen a closed case ever that they've gone in and kept things and sealed things after the case is closed ever?
You can
No,
literally,
No.
for a lot of national cases that went, super popular like this one, you can literally Google the victim and click on images and see their unredacted death
Yep.
images. It's
Yep.
ridiculous.
I honestly feel we are getting to Idaho's trying to set a precedent that this is the way things are going to be from now on. Nobody's allowed to see anything. Nobody's allowed to get any data about the actual crime scene photos. Nobody's asked to ask any questions. And that's going to be the new way. If they can get away with sealing all this shit and hiding it from the public, other states will follow their lead, and nobody will ever be able to question anything. It'll be like, trust us, bro. We got it right. And that should terrify.
It's funny. It's funny you say that because we in New York City, we just had an order that the police commissioner issued out and said any police involved shooting has to be released to the public within 30 days.
Wow. Well, that's good. That's a great
You don't
step.
even have to. You don't have to FOIA.
don't
It's
even-
just
yeah,
going
you
to
don't
be
even-
released.
Right. It's just gonna go public. And
As it
great.
should.
Wouldn't it be nice if people were just more transparent instead of hiding shit behind fuckery? But
Yep.
this is what makes me so mad about them. Makes me so mad. They literally want to know why we're all still talking about it when they can't fucking be transparent. Just be transparent. If it happened the way you said
Right.
it is, show us. Just show us. And then we'll all
Right.
shut the fuck up because we can see it for ourselves. But you
Bingo.
know you lied. That's the thing. You know you
Right.
lied. And that's the thing. You know you lied, and then you're going to shame us for asking questions because you know you lied. You lied about it.
Right, which is why they have to try to hide everything and stonewall everyone because
Yeah.
they know that they can't let that shit get out.
Yeah. And then they're going to make us act like we're assholes for asking questions.
They'll all go to jail. That's why they're still
Right.
hiding it, my opinion.
Yeah.
The
I
entire
don't-
prosecution team, I feel like they'll be found in contempt, in my opinion.
I hope you're right, Dago, but I feel like they get away with it more often than not, and it's a huge uphill battle
yeah.
to put these people in jail for what they did. But
But I believe that's why it's still being hidden, because if it does come out the way that it should,
right, then they
probably
will go to
be
jail.
found in contempt is why they're not doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would pay money to see that
This
happen.
is this is an interesting point.
That's a good point too.
Yeah. Should other personnel, when they go on the crime scene, like the forensics, you know,
It's holding
the
them
name just
accountable.
forensics personnel, the experts that are not at
Anybody.
collecting, should
It's
they?
true,
Thank you,
yeah.
CSI.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think anybody
saw
that's in a crime scene should wear a body cam.
Yeah, even more so than that. I saw some creator had a video a while ago, and it was brought up about the actual lab, that they should have some kind of camera at the lab, because that would every time you touch any piece of evidence or anything, it's on video, so you'd be able
Yep.
to see the whatever standards, you'd be able to see what is going on with the lab.
That's for their own good too. That way,
Yeah.
there's always proof.
Yeah.
You know,
Wouldn't it be
Right.
great? I mean, look, cameras are cheap nowadays. Cameras are fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, why couldn't we get to a point where it's required that when you bag evidence and tag it in your investigation that you're wearing a body camera, and then when it's transported, it's on camera, and when you hand it over to somebody else, the chain of custody could be verified by camera. You don't even have to fucking
Right.
do it by signatures anymore. You could do it by camera. Here it is being bagged up and you can watch it being sealed. And here it is, you can watch it being transported. And here you can see it being handed over. But no, and it's cheap. It's easy to do that. Cameras are everywhere nowadays. There's no reason we can't get to that standard of show us the
Yeah.
fucking chain of custody, not just on paper. Show us the chain of custody on video. That would be something that'd be
And
great.
if I was someone out in the field, I would welcome that, because what if I missed something, but I could go back and review my own body cam and be like, son of a bitch, or what, I would welcome that
Well,
myself.
yeah.
But that's
I think
just me.
I think it would be great, because that's one of the arguments that's always brought up at these things, is the integrity of the crime lab and what kind of safety standards What kind of protocols did they follow? Well, if the whole thing is on camera, you can verify it.
Alley Girl made another good point. They do film autopsies, okay, and record them. Both the person doing the autopsy will record everything that they're doing onto a tape recorder or something, and they have filmed them too. So if you can do that, why can you not? Like the person that went in and found the DNA on the strap of the sheath, why couldn't that have been filmed and showing everybody that happened? And there's your proof that it wasn't planted.
Oh my God. Could you imagine if they actually had documented the actual sheath gathering? That would have been great, right? If you had seen who discovered it, watched it on video camera, watched it get bagged. This is why Ann Taylor said, what? I think the fucking knife sheath was planted. I think the DNA in the knife sheath was planted. And if you don't have video evidence of it, then how do you prove it wasn't planted? By the way, one of you guys, one of my either Dago's channel or Logan's channel got a new member, so thank you, Dago. Very good, thank you, congratulations, Dago.
Congrats, welcome to the sauce. We appreciate you very much, and I am grateful to you. Thank you.
And there's definitely the officer that found the knife sheath. Who was it again?
Tesdale. Wasn't it Tesdale?
No,
it was Payne. It was Payne.
Was it? I know whoever it was. I know whoever it was that found it had gotten prior discipline for not using body camera at certain times.
Right. That was one of the Brady violations.
So there's a problem. There's a big issue. Right. There's a big issue there.
Right. Ann Taylor pointed out one of the officers that was critical in collecting the knife sheath had a Brady violations for violations of basically integrity. Like they weren't doing things correctly as an officer. And you know what fucking Hitler said? I don't give a fuck. We're not talking about Brady violations. That's what his basic answer was. We're not talking about Brady violations. He didn't allow anything that would have questioned the story. Hitler wasn't going to allow in the trial. In my opinion, maybe I'm being over dramatic, but Hitler didn't seem to allow anything.
I don't think so.
Question the prosecution's case because Hitler showed bias when he said, "Well, wait a minute, don't they have his DNA? DNA is DNA every day and twice on Sunday." That was Hitler's attitude from the very beginning. There's no question who did it. You've got his DNA. So I'm done talking about it. I don't need to hear anything else. You've got his DNA. That's a dumbass judge who doesn't seem to understand that DNA, first of all, the science is still sketchy, whether you think it is or not. And second of all, just having the DNA doesn't tell you how the DNA got there. And that's what Ann Taylor said. You may have his DNA, but it doesn't explain how the DNA got there. So
well, and they don't really even have it because how else they can't even place Brian there. If they really had his DNA, they'd be able to place him there.
My problem is with Q 1.1, which is the DNA on the sheet that they say is Brian Koberger's. They didn't even compare it to Brian Koberger's DNA that came from his face.
Right.
Right.
Why would you not compare the two to see if it's literally a man?
Right. They used IgG and genetic genealogy to go from fucking cousins and shit up there. Like, you're right. It's like people don't understand how stupid this is. If it was a direct link, why not just use his buccal swab and fucking say it's his DNA? But no, they're like, well, there's a 99.99% chance that it was a biological father of the person who contributed. Like, fuck, why don't you just say it's his DNA because you fucking took a buccal swab? I'm sorry. I'm just getting pissed off now.
Well, for that matter, why didn't he get out of his apartment before he left and went back to Pennsylvania and do a real swab at that point and have a conversation with him? They could have done that.
What's wrong with people that you don't see the problem with this? They don't see the problem with it.
Because they don't want to see the problem, Lee. They just want it to be what it is and leave it alone. And I'm afraid to challenge it. No, move along.
Well, what's going to happen is what's even more than it's happening now is that it's going to keep happening. If we don't do something now, it's going to keep happening to so many more innocent people. And that's why we're out here doing this all the time, talking this case and others over all the time, is to try to wake people up.
Yeah. Hey, you know
I
what
can tell you, and I've told Lee, we've spoken about this off camera as well. I can tell you guys that whoever the lead investigator or lead detective, whatever their title is, they have a lot of power over the evidence and what happens and what goes on.
Right.
Blaker.
Yeah.
before we run out of time, because I like to keep these about 2 hours, Logan also teased me. Such a tease. She's such a tease. Logan also teased me with a Guthrie announcement about a card that was left on the Guthrie door. You want to talk about that, Logan?
Yeah, I just saw it today, and I actually don't know if it was placed there before she went missing or after she went missing, but it's been going around today that, and we had a picture of it, that somebody left a business card in Nancy Guthrie's door. The name on it was Deborah, and it was from APS, which is Adult Protective Services, kind of like a DCFS or a DCS CPS with children in your town,
right?
Protective Services, but it's for adults. And I just found it really strange that was there. Number one, number two, that it was somebody took who took the picture of it? How did we get the picture of that?
Brian Enton said his producer, I think it was, this was a while back, said his producer saw her leave it. No, how did that go? Leave it there? Is that how that went, you guys? Remember? We had watched the one video when we were covering Nancy a little heavier. I'm pretty sure he said that. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I remember that because we talked about it a while back. It is very interesting still to this day. Why did they leave the card to begin with? What was the reason?
Right. So let me tell you about my ignorance. When someone calls
that's it.
Adult Protective Services, it's similar to Child Protective Services. What it usually means is somebody says, I don't think that you're protecting children, that children are at harm or elderly at harm. So if Adult Protective Services is doing a welfare check of some kind or checking into things, that leads a lot of questions. What was happening with Nancy Guthrie, that somebody would come by and leave an Adult Protective Services question like, hey, are you being treated correctly? That it just, I don't know. I don't know the answer, but it's super interesting. Like, what does that mean?
Tomboy says it was left the day after she was reported missing, which is common in missing multiple adult cases in Arizona. I just find it so weird. Well, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I just find it so weird. 911 was already called. They were already doing it. Why would they leave the card in the door for somebody who's missing?
It's missing. Thank you.
I don't get it.
Right. Thank you.
Right.
Weird.
Right. It doesn't lead to that question. If they knew they were missing, they wouldn't leave a card. So therefore, even if the card was left afterwards, it suggests that something before the disappearance prompted them to come by. Like maybe they didn't even know that she was missing at that point. But I would argue that something before that event, before she went missing, prompted them to come by and leave the card on the door, even if it was left after she went missing.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just strange.
It is definitely a weird situation for sure that I've questioned too. So
yeah, the whole thing is weird.
Absolutely.
And still no closer to finding her or what happened to her.
There hasn't been any other new. I haven't really looked, but there hasn't been any other new updates or anything, has there, guys?
No, just no, not on the Guthrie stuff. No, the only other thing was the Braden Jensen interview that Lana played. I thought I know why they interviewed him, but I just thought some of the things he said was really interesting. He seemed to be the only person to step up and tell the truth.
That's what we covered today on my show. Was we reviewed that, and you ain't lying. Like he came directly out. Listen, I've been waiting to hear somebody make this statement for 3 years. He is the only one that ever said it. I don't understand why they left those two girls alive.
And he said, I don't understand how they were in there and didn't hear Murphy barking all night because he woke up the whole neighborhood. He said, my other roommates woke up from Murphy barking outside all night.
Yep.
Murphy.
And that's the guy that lives with Jack Decor back in Jack's apartment, guys. So that'll tell you right now, they heard it back there. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I found it interesting that he said, well, Adam couldn't have been involved because Adam closed down the bar and he didn't get home until about 4 or a little after 4, which tells you he thinks or heard that the crime happened well before 4 a.m.
Yeah, he did.
He's trying to say Adam was at work then.
Yep. He was making like really some interesting points. And like she said, guys, like truly the only person that seemed willing enough to tell actual truth to this. So it'll tell you something. I'd like to actually see them do a follow-up with him. And I still feel like, and I'm hoping that there's more interviews coming from other people that may be like this guy. Truly, Adam lived with Dad Jack Decor in that house in the back,
Yeah.
along with the gentleman we're talking about, and there was 5 of them total, right, Logan?
I think 4 total.
I thought he said 5. I'm sorry.
He might have. For some reason, I picked her 4. I don't know why.
Well, I think the only reason that Jack didn't hear the dog barking was supposedly because Jack was passed out, because he was supposedly sick that night from drinking. I don't know.
Right.
That's what the report said. So, but still, again, they heard him.
Yeah. Or they didn't hear all the dogs barking because they left. They weren't there.
What exactly did he say about Murphy again? That part I was only catching pieces of because I was reading other things. Logan, can you re-explain that, please?
He said that Murphy was barking from, he said, around 4 to 4:45 in the morning, and it literally woke up his other roommates. Like, it was waking up people in the neighborhood. So there's no way that Dylan or Bethany didn't know, didn't hear. He was like, how did they not wake up from that? Like, it was waking up the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, and then
the worst part of that is they were
I
awake.
believe, and then at around 4:40 or so, right around that time, there's actually 2 dogs that you can hear barking.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm questioning myself because I told you that there's reason why I believe Murphy was First of all, there's reasons why I believe Murphy escaped from the house around 2:30 in the morning and was running around the neighborhood, and that he was picked up by somebody, and that he didn't get returned to the house until earlier that morning. So is it Murphy?
That's what I think. That's what I think happened too.
We're gonna be able to ask those questions this Saturday. I went because Lana did a lot of work on that. Whole
I saw.
bark.
Yeah.
And I want to ask her thoughts on that because she's a little surprised
Well-
for everybody that didn't know this because I just found out. This Saturday at 6 p.m. on the Verdict Room with myself, Miss Logan here, Kim from Typically Unique, and of course Mikey from The Last 24. Miss Lana Oriani from Truth and Transparency is going to be joining us Saturday night. So,
she showed the car in the back.
I want to
showed the car in the back.
Yeah, on the dog. Yeah.
Yeah, she showed the car in the back near the Moya house. When the car leaves at like 4:54 or something like that, the dogs, both dogs stop barking.
And I know. Go ahead.
Again, that's why I wanted to ask why she thinks that, or why you're for sure, if you're for sure it's not Murphy, because I'm still confused on both. You know what I mean?
I believe that I can prove that somebody opened the door on the 3rd balcony, said Murphy, let him in. That's why he stopped barking. But and it was either Dylan or Bethany, but the front door and the sliding door were still open. So when he came in, he got back out, and that's why we see him running around the neighborhood at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point.
That makes sense.
The slider open and close, and then Murphy stops barking. But you can also hear a female say what sounds like Murphy while they're opening the door to let him in.
And see, that's funny because I always thought, listening to the dog barking thing when we were reviewing that, to me, it sounded like somebody put him out on that balcony to keep him out of the way, and he was going back and forth on the balcony, barking like crazy, like let me in, let me in, let me in.
I think,
if he was. I was just gonna say, if he was on the ground level where he could get out and like go somewhere else, we would have heard him probably stop barking or bark farther away. But he never went any further away, which is why I thought he was on that balcony that whole time. Sorry, Lee, go ahead.
No, I just I feel like Murphy would have been a problem for the killer, and I think Murphy would have been the killers. I'm going to say it. The killers needed to make sure Murphy wasn't running around the house tracking blood all over the place, and so he was locked up somewhere. He was either taken out of the house and taken away from the house, which is what I think. Murphy was taken away from the house and brought back to the house after the cleanup was done, and then Murphy was returned.
Yeah,
I don't think Murphy was running free in that house.
I don't think Murphy was there. I think the dogs we're hearing are either older dogs or bigger dogs. I mean, I don't know. Are there any videos out there of Murphy barking like that we could even do like a comparison? I would love to be able to do that, but I don't know, like on TikTok or anything. Has anybody ever seen?
I did that. I did that video. I did I found the same breed that he is. I did a
Mhm.
video of a comparison with him and another breed barking because people are like, he's a puppy. He doesn't. No, he's not. He's a.
Well, no,
and
he wasn't a puppy.
he may
No.
be a. Well,
I-
he was young in years, but he was full grown body wise. Okay, so
Tom-
I
Yeah.
found,
Right.
I
Because he
found
was
the
about a
barks
year
and
old.
I
You need-
found the barks and matched them up. To me, it sounded like the same dog. So
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
was
just
comfortable with
mention
it.
that. I was gonna mention this. The 1112 video around the dumpster area, and I believe I believe Phoenix also had a video a while back showing the Linda Lane, showing the parking lot thing where where
Mhm.
gun rack guy with that area.
Oh, fucking that guy. Fucking gun rack guy.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, that area, that video, that there's certain parts where it looks like a dog. It could be like jumping around.
And what I was gonna say is, if anybody, Tomboy Charm or anybody, if anybody has, please, for God's sake, if you have the timestamps, this video and a link to me, and the timestamp at 23 minutes and 16 seconds into this video, you see Murphy. I need to see that. Like, I don't have time to watch hours and hours of video.
It's right
I
after
have
6
it.
a.m. It's right
Yeah.
after
What?
6 a.m. You can see
I-
it
6
perfectly
a.m.
fine.
That's
Yes,
what I would like to.
watched it.
I need to see it. I need to see it for myself. I need somebody to give me a video and cut to the chase and tell me what timestamp so I can go look at it and I can put my own eyeballs on it and see
Yeah,
whether I
my
think
live
it's
on
perfect.
Monday. I
Okay.
played it
Yeah.
in my live on Monday.
Yeah, she did actually, and I know I have it somewhere because we watched.
Do
it
you
on one
feel
of
it was
mine, so
Murphy?
Yeah,
It looks
his
just
tail
like him.
goes up just like him. It's same size, same color, everything. Yeah,
At what time?
just
right
after
after
6.
6 a.m. Sorry.
Okay.
it's light
So
out.
you
Yeah.
tell me what that means. Murphy was outside the house at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yes,
Did
How
you
did,
hear
running around the
somebody?
how did
neighborhood.
you get back in the house and be in Kaylee's bedroom when the police show up?
The doors
Did you
were
hear-
open.
Okay.
There
So
you-
that
there you
so
go.
so I
But-
want to ask. I'm asking. I'm not trying to question you. So I'm asking you. So if Murphy's outside at 6 o'clock in the morning and goes back into the house and goes to Kaylee's bedroom and hangs out there until police show up after noon, and there's bloody bodies in multiple rooms, Murphy doesn't walk through any of the crime scenes. He just goes straight to Kaylee's bedroom and just sits there and waits for the police to show up.
No, he did. That's why there's bloody paw prints on Maddie's floor.
There were 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do we not have documents in the police reports that they tested Murphy for blood?
Because they didn't.
They didn't do that.
No. They're-
Good question.
They're
Good
They're hiding
question.
that shit.
Yeah, if you look at the
More
video,
shit
Lee,
they're
from the
hiding.
1112 camera, you know where the dumpster is across the street at the house directly across from 1112? That's got the
Yeah.
door. The guy goes in and out of the
One-
door a couple different times.
1119. Yeah, 1119.
If you watch right as the sun comes up, okay, here comes Murphy or whatever dog it is, looks just like him, out from behind the dumpster, around to the front of it, back around. Like she said, the tail bops up and down, looks net, and then back off. It goes off camera, and I'm like, holy shit, that's him. It
What
looks
It
just like
time?
him
looks
to
like
me.
a dog that got out and is just
Yeah.
enjoying a run around the
What-
neighborhood. With,
What
yeah.
time is the video that people think? What time is the video that people think is Dylan bringing Murphy back to the house? Do you,
I've
you know what I'm
never
talking about?
seen that. Never
I
seen
never
that.
thought
Never
that
seen
was
that video?
her
Okay.
bringing Murphy back to the house.
But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, he was a typical snipping around the garbage can. He probably smelled food and was like, "Hey, it's banquet time." You know what I mean? So, and it's weird because he came from the direction from, if I'm remembering correctly, of where Jack lived, like
Yes.
that direction, and he comes from behind the dumpster, out by a car, out around, and I'm like, "Holy shit, he is there!" Because people were
Mhm.
telling me about it, and there he was. So, like she said, right after 6 a.m. So I was curious then, how did he get out? And you do hear in some of that audio, if I'm right, what you hear, what sounds like somebody yelling for him and or whistling, like in the 1112 video. You hear it at some point somewhere. I can't remember where, but it's interesting.
Amanda just sent the link. Was that the
Yeah.
Amanda, was
it-
that the link to the Dylan bringing Murphy back? Or
Yeah, it's
no?
Tomboy.
No, it's the 1112 video from 6
time
a.m.
is-
to 7
What
a.m.
time is
I know,
what time is the stand?
I'm looking.
It's right after 6 a.m., Lee. And there's another one too. I don't know if you guys saw this, but at some point there was a car. I can't remember what timestamp it was that pulls up towards like Jack's house, okay, and stops. And you hear what to me sounds like somebody yelling for Murphy.
Yes,
then,
yes,
and then,
yes.
okay, and
Yeah, we
then,
saw that.
all right, right. So then the car, you hear that for a minute or two, and then the car leaves.
Yes.
I can't remember
And
what
I
time
feel
that
okay.
was,
I feel like Murphy was picked up at that point.
and
I
I
feel like
wonder.
Murphy was picked up.
Lee,
I
it's
think
around
I think-
6. It's like 6. The timestamp. It's like around 17 minutes in that video.
Okay, give me a second.
6:17.
17 minutes?
Yeah. So if you go to right, but right, so it's like around 17 minutes. So it'd be 6:17 of.
Okay. Before I show it on camera, I'm watching it right now as live.
Because I see the dog running around.
I'm at 17:05. I don't see it yet.
Yeah.
I'm at
Somebody
17:11.
said
I don't
there's
see
two
it
of
yet.
them. There's another
Look
video.
towards. Yeah.
There's another video. You guys don't get confused where there's a cat that comes on screen too. In one of those, that's not Murphy. That's a cat.
Yeah, no,
And
it's
it's
not the
not the
same.
guy walking his dog either.
No.
I'm at 17:22, 27. I still don't see Murphy yet, or a dog yet. I'm watching because I want to show it on screen if we see it. But
You
wait.
might have
There it is. Hold on. 17:30 something. Hold on.
Yeah, you can see it. You see it?
Yep. I'm gonna get it so I can show it on
There
screen.
you go. Yeah. 6:17:30 in like 35 seconds. 35. Yeah.
Stand by. Stand by, bitches.
Thanks, Amanda.
All right, yeah, Amanda. Fucking, we don't pay her enough. You know that we don't fucking pay her. We don't fucking pay her enough. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put this on screen. We don't pay her dick, so it's not.
They were,
enough.
Mama
We
J.
don't pay
They
her
were
dick.
in Maddie's room at the end of the bed there. I thought that's what she said. Maybe she misspoke on it, but yeah, there were 3 little paw prints on the floor at the foot of Maddie's bed.
All right. Do you see my mouse moving around up in this area up here?
Yes.
Yep.
This is where I saw the dog. So I'm
Yes.
gonna
Where
play
is
it.
that?
I'm gonna play it from 17:21. Sometime between 21 and 30 something seconds is where you're gonna see this dog appear.
Remember,
Or
Jack lives
something.
to the left, right? Jack lives
Right.
to the left of that.
Yep.
Yeah, he lives on the corner.
Yeah.
I'm playing it now. Okay, here you see some movement. I see some movement.
You're good, Tomboy.
There it is.
There
See some
it is.
movement.
Yep. Yep.
See some movement.
I mean, look at him. He looks just like him.
And right, if Murphy, Kaylee and Jack DeCour owned Murphy together, that was the idea that was their dog together. And of course, Jack took possession of Murphy right after Kaylee died and so like that. So it doesn't make sense that if that was Murphy's running around by Jack DeCour's place. Because he would know Jack DeCour, and that would be like the place he would go if he was out in the loose.
Right.
He'd either go back to the Kaylee's house or back to Jack's house.
Well, next question though. Like you said, at noon or 11:58, 11 whatever the hell time police shows up at the 1122 house,
Right.
we see on a body cam, hey, good puppy, come on, let's go. They're talking to the dog who's laying on Kaylee's bed at that point in time.
Right.
How did he
Exactly.
get into the house? When did he get back in the house?
Right.
How did he get back
So
in
if
the
Jack,
house?
yeah, if Jack has Murphy, he's not just gonna throw Murphy out, you know.
Which is why I'm going to play us out tonight with Murphy, the magical teleporting fucking dog, because that dog is everywhere. That dog's in the house. That dog's out of the house. That dog's
He was too,
yeah. So we're gonna play us out with that. What I want to do is go ahead and kind of get ready to close for the night. Let's go around the table. I will play us out after I do my close with Murphy, the magical teleporting fucking dog, the golden demigod dog, because that dog seems to be everywhere. And like the joke song says, I almost feel like Murphy is a key to this crime. There's a line in the song, Murphy, you're the key to this crime.
I've said it myself. Put him on
I
this
feel
thing
like-
and see what he says.
I think Murphy's got a major role in this case. So let's go around the horn. And again, I would ask my panel to hang out a little bit after the show ends to talk about a few things. But let's go around the horn. Let's go Robin, 1-1, Logan, and then Dago, and then I'll close, and then I'll play us out with Murphy, the magical teleporting dog, on the way out. So, Robin, how about close for the night?
Well, once again, it is never a dull moment over here. on this channel, and for which I am glad. But we do need to keep awareness on this case and the other cases that all three channels follow. It's too important to take our feet off the gas now. But thank you so much for everyone coming out tonight. Thanks to everyone who watches on the replay crew. Thanks for any of the gifts and super chats that people left tonight. We appreciate your support so much, much more than you realize, I'm sure. But, you guys are amazing, and I love being here on this panel. And thanks again for all the well wishes and prayers and so forth for Essie. That is also very much appreciated. And I hope everyone has a fantastic night. And we'll see you back here again tomorrow night.
It's like we keep doing this every fucking night. Like we never stop. We just keep doing this every night. But yeah, thank you.
I know.
Thank you for everything, and well wishes to Essie, who's been a big supporter of the show. So and all the work that she does, and hope that she has a speedy recovery and gets fully recovered as quickly as possible. So thank you very much. All right, 1-1. What do you got?
I cannot tell a lie.
I say, don't clam up on me now.
Fun Wednesday night. Always great discussions, and the Idaho 4 case. Whenever will it break? When will we actually get the truth? I have a strong feeling that there's a good chance BK could file for post-conviction relief, and all of that may go down, and we still won't know the truth. The unfortunate still won't be justice for the victims, because these people involved in these cover-ups and whatever it is that the FBI is hiding, the CI info or whatever investigation went on. This is like never-ending, twists and turns and puzzle. And just when you think, we may have some kind of answer, where a wall is like placed in front of us. So until there's some kind of higher oversight above Hippler or a different judge or a different venue, I really don't think we're going to get much of any answers. I do think that there may be some light at the end of the tunnel for BK. It does make sense to me that we're kind of waiting for this leak investigation to be finished. We don't know that 100%, but I do feel that's probably what's going on. And once that's finished up, that will probably be, or some of that will probably be redacted as well. But then BK can go forward and file whatever he's able to file, or at least start the process. Because I believe from there, he'll try to do something about changing his appeal, and I think that goes to Hippler. He's probably going to deny it. And then they'll have to try to go a different route above him. But there's so many different routes that they can take. I know some people are, chomping at the bit, like, oh, why didn't he just do it? Why doesn't he just do it? It's you got to have a patience. There's reason why, and I do believe that it's that leak investigation that's holding everything up, and it's going, so this civil lawsuit, that's gonna, forget about that WSU lawsuit. God knows when that's probably gonna be done, years from now. because once these appeals or post conviction relief stuff starts to get filed and processed, they're not going to do anything with that civil case. It's all going to be on hold. So, hopefully sooner than later. But we still have a ton of a plethora of evidence that still hasn't even come out. I would like to see the official autopsy reports. So,
Yeah.
well, all I know is from what Steve Gonzalez said. If you take him for his word, he did an interview and said that Kaylee's autopsy report was 21 pages. So, I'd like to know stomach contents and all that stuff. So hopefully we'll get some answers eventually, maybe. But I think we're still have a while away, unfortunately. But thanks everyone. Thanks panel. Thanks to all the mods. Essie, hope you recover soon. Quick recovery and get some good rest. Have Robin make you some good dinners and take advantage of that while you can. And thanks to all the mods, all of our content creators, all of the channels, and all of you who come to see us each and every night. We love all of you and we appreciate all of the support. Here is your movie quote. Okay. Ready, Dago?
Yeah.
All right.
Been ready.
Every day for the last 3 weeks, you've been coming in here and you've been asking me how the tuna is. Now, it was crappy yesterday. It was crappy the day before. And guess what? It hasn't changed. I'll have the tuna. No crust. No crust.
No idea. Tuna, no crust.
I can picture it. I just can't think of the name of it.
I don't even picture it. Give me another.
When
Give us
Harry- when
another.
Harry met
You'll get
Sally.
it quick.
Wait, Tomboy said 50 first dates.
50
No.
first dates?
No.
No. All right.
Next clue.
Next clue, you'll get it from this one. You're gonna be fast. So I'm not saying obviously the name of who's saying, then that will give it away too easily. But you almost had me. You never had me. You never had
Fast
your
and Furious.
car. Got it.
What'd you say?
Thanks, Bianca.
Fast and Furious.
Yes.
Oh shit, that's right. Good one. Good one.
You got it. You got it.
That was not the movie I was picturing, though. I was thinking of something else.
Fast and Furious 1 or 17? Which one?
One.
Right.
One.
Fucking
One.
Fast and Furious. Like
One.
how many? What number of Fast and Furious was that from? 1. Okay.
One.
Well, thank you for the movie trivia. I was out too much testosterone in that movie, I guess, or something.
I
don't
haven't
know.
been getting these, so I don't need no damn thing. I haven't got the last 6 or 7, I think.
Yeah. Logan's been smoking you.
I think we got what we were going around the horn. We got Logan and Dago to go, right? For close?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You're up.
Hi. Welcome.
How you doing?
No, I'm just kidding. I just want to say thank you to everybody for being here, especially all the mods on every channel. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Bianca, for our super chat for tonight, for our FOIA efforts. Everybody do something nice for yourself today. Be kind, but more importantly, be kind to your animals. And everybody sleep good if you're going to bed. If you're on the other side of the country and you're starting your day, have a wonderful day. And we will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us again tonight. And thank you for taking the lead on some of those stories. It was useful tonight, I'll tell you that much. Dago, what do you got?
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you. How's that
So
cowlick
thank
doing?
It's still there, same one. So you guys, thank you so very much as always for being here tonight and supporting each and every one of us. You guys are amazing and we love you. Thank you to all these amazing moderators. Again, thank you to my production manager, my videographer. None of this would happen without them. And again, I got to reiterate it. All of you mods, none of us would exist without you. That's a fact. Miss Essie, we love you. I hope you feel better, dear. Get some rest, please. And take care of yourself, of course. We'll all be praying for you and wishing you well. Thank you, Lee, Logan, 1-1, and Miss Robin, as always, for having me here. It's always an honor to be able to do this with you every single night. Once again, folks, like I said, don't forget to join us Saturday night for the Verdict Room, Unfiltered, myself, Miss Logan, Kim from Typically Unique, and Mikey, my producer. We'll be there this Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Miss Lana is going to be joining us from Truth and Transparency. You don't want to miss that show. So, guys, thank you so much for being who you are. Nothing but love for you all. Don't forget to love yourselves, love each other, and don't change a thing because you truly are the beautiful people. Have a great night.
The beautiful people. The beautiful people. All right. And as for me, I don't know what I'm going to say on the way out. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to have an after show like sometimes I've been doing, or whether I'm not going to have an after show. So pay attention if you're a members only kind of person. If you're a member of the channel, I may fire up a members only. It depends when we close the show down and whether the panelists want to join me on the after show. I'm not going to do it by myself, but if I got panelists who want to join me in the after show, I might fire up the after show. Otherwise, thank you very much for being part of the show again tonight. Thank you, panelists, for carrying me tonight because I was a little out of sorts. I may have I was a little out of sorts tonight. So thank you for sorting me out tonight and keeping me on focus tonight. I'm going to play us out with Murphy, the teleporting dog, as I promised. Thank you again, and see you next night at the same time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And until next time, here it is, the Murphy, the magical teleporting dog. We'll put him on stage here. I'm going to remove this shit and put him on stage. Fuck! Hold on, I'm getting it. There he is. We'll give you a
Barking all night, but nobody hears. So far in the distance, then gradually nears. A fleeting encounter, then disappears. How did he leave? Did he fly with his ears? Murphy, he's a magical teleporting dog. It's Murphy, he's a cute and curly golden demigod. Not a mark on him, not a hair left behind. He's better behaved than all humankind. He'll clean up his paw prints for some bacon rind. Before you know it, he's gone. He's so streamlined. Murphy, he's a magical teleporting dog. It's Murphy, he's a cute and curly golden demigod. Traveling the universe through space and time. How do you do it? You're key to this crime. Are you here? Are you there? Are you anywhere or everywhere? Murphy, he's a magical teleporting dog. It's Murphy, he's a cute and curly golden demigod. You're such a good dog.